Stir. To stir something means to mix it using something small, like a spoon.
Mom stirred the batter until it was smooth.
Mechanic. A mechanic is someone who fixes vehicles or machines.
We took the car to the mechanic to be fixed.
Town. A town is a place where people live and work, and is smaller than a city.
I come from a small town, and everyone there knows each other.
Acquaint. To acquaint is to get to know something or someone.
Nancy acquainted herself with the new computer.
Absence. Absence is the state of something being away.
There is an absence of sand in the hourglass.
Pleasant. If something is pleasant, you enjoy it.
The character had a pleasant look on its face.
Nevertheless. Nevertheless shows a difference to what is expected or known.
He is usually friendly. Nevertheless, he wasn't friendly this afternoon.
Imagine. To imagine something is to think of it in your mind.
Sally imagined herself winning lots of money.
Net. A net is a bag made of strong thread. It is used to catch animals.
The boy caught butterflies in his net.
Aloud. An action done aloud is done so that people can hear it.
My father often reads stories aloud to me and my sister.
Swear. To swear means to promise to do something.
I will put my hand on the Bible and swear to do my best for the country.
Worm. A worm is a small animal with a long, thin body.
Worms are often used to help catch fish.
Quarrel. To quarrel is to argue or fight.
Billy quarreled with his wife about buying a new house.
Angle. An angle is the direction from which something is looked at.
The giraffe turned its head to see from another angle.
Bald. A bald person or animal has no hair.
My oldest brother is bald.
Shade. Shade is a dark area that something makes when it blocks the sun.
It was hot outside, so the boy sat in the shade of a tree.
Flashlight. A flashlight is a small electric light that people carry in their hands.
We took a flashlight when we went camping.
Amuse. To amuse someone means to do something that is funny or entertaining.
The singer was very good. She amused the crowd.
Twin. Twins are two children born at the same time.
My sister and I are twins. We look exactly the same.
Blanket. A blanket is a piece of cloth that people use to keep warm or to sit upon.
I laid a blanket on the ground so that we could have a picnic.
Broadcast. A broadcast is a television or radio show.
We watched the broadcast of the local news on TV.
Overseas. Overseas shows an action happens in another country, across an ocean.
John often goes overseas for vacations.
Cemetery. A cemetery is a place where people are buried when they die.
Some people are scared of cemeteries.
Against. To be against something is to be touching it or opposed to it.
They both leaned against the wall.
Creep. To creep is to move quietly and slowly.
The cat slowly crept down the tree.
Despair. Despair is the feeling of having no hope.
After we lost the big account, our salespeople were filled with despair.
Closet. A closet is a small room used to store things.
Marie has many clothes inside of her closet.
Committee. A committee is a group of people who meet together to make decisions.
The school's committee agreed on a new dress code for students.
Boast. To boast is to talk about how great one is.
We all became tired of listening to him boast about himself all day.
Divorce. Divorce is the process of ending a marriage.
Divorce rates have increased in the past 20 years.
Engage. To engage in something means to do it.
Dad was engaged in sawing a piece of wood in half.
Guarantee. I will guarantee that the loan will be repaid.
I guarantee that the sun will come up in the morning.
Dare. To dare means to be brave enough to try something.
He dared to jump out of the airplane and skydive.
Bounce. To bounce is to move up and away from a surface after hitting it.
Owen bounced the ball on the ground.
Severe. Severe means very bad or serious.
After hitting his hand with the hammer, Sam was in severe pain.
To imitate someone or something is to act in the exact same way.
He imitated his favorite superhero by putting on a costume.
Rival. A rival is someone trying to achieve the same thing as another.
The three rivals were all competing for the same job.
Chop. To chop something means to cut it into pieces with a tool.
Mom chopped some vegetables to put into the stew.
Entire. Entire means the whole thing or group.
The entire table was covered with food.
Message. A message is a set of words that you send to someone.
I left a message for you in the envelope.
Infant. An infant is a baby.
The infant cried all night.
Skeleton. A skeleton is all the bones of a body.
There is a skeleton in the science classroom.
Capable. A capable person or thing can do an action.
The Olympic athlete is capable of lifting a lot of weight.
Nod. To nod is to move your head up and down.
I nodded my head as I listened to the song.
Absence. Absence is the state of something being away.
There is an absence of sand in the hourglass.
Skull. A skull is the hard head bone that protects the brain.
The brain is protected by the skull.
Kidnap. To kidnap someone is to take that person illegally.
She was terrified to find out her son had been kidnapped.
Liquid. A liquid is a substance that is neither solid nor gas.
Water is the most important liquid for life.
Aloud. An action done aloud is done so that people can hear it.
My father often reads stories aloud to me and my sister.
Console. To console is to give comfort to a person who feels sad.
When my dog ran away, my dad consoled me.
Strain. To strain is to try very hard.
Casey strained to lift the heavy box.
Blind. A blind person or animal cannot see.
The blind man didn't see the hole and almost fell in.
Nap. A nap is a short sleep, usually during the day.
I took a short nap because I had stayed up late last night.
Bald. A bald person or animal has no hair.
My oldest brother is bald.
Bare. A bare thing is plain and not covered.
He likes to walk around in his bare feet.
Disabled. A disabled person has a physical problem that makes some activities difficult.
The disabled man used a wheelchair to move around.
Blanket. A blanket is a piece of cloth that people use to keep warm or to sit upon.
I laid a blanket on the ground so that we could have a picnic.
Disguise. A disguise is something you wear so people cannot tell who you are.
Everyone knew that it was Dad in the Santa disguise.
Witch. A witch is a woman with magical powers.
People think that witches fly around on broomsticks.
Nowhere. Nowhere means no place or not existing.
Unfortunately, water was nowhere to be found.
Normal. A normal thing is usual and not strange.
It is normal to wear school uniforms in private schools.
Riddle. A riddle is a question that is difficult to answer, but meant to be funny.
I could not answer Wendy's riddle, but it made me laugh.
Virtual. A virtual thing is very close to being true or accurate.
Because he's popular, Joe is the virtual leader of the group.
Creep. To creep is to move quietly and slowly.
The cat slowly crept down the tree.
Bully. A bully is a person who is mean to others.
The two bullies always picked on the smaller, weaker kids.
Pat. To pat something is to hit it softly with your hand.
I patted some lotion onto my face.
Notice. To notice something is to see it for the first time.
Did you notice the view?
Carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are substances in foods like bread that give energy.
Carbohydrates, like rice, are a good source of energy for active people.
Nourish. To nourish is to give someone or something the food needed to live.
A good mother will nourish her baby every day.
Divorce. Divorce is the process of ending a marriage.
Divorce rates have increased in the past 20 years.
Spin. To spin is to turn around in circles.
The boy kept spinning until he fell down.
Relief. Relief is a good feeling after something bad or challenging ends.
I felt a sense of relief when I heard the good news.
Resemble. To resemble someone is to look like that person.
The baby really resembles his father.
Pot. A pot is a deep, round metal container used for cooking.
Don't touch the pot on the stove. It's hot.
Torture. Torture is action that causes physical or mental pain.
Greg thought that writing the essay was torture.
Popular. A popular thing is liked by many people.
These people are listening to a popular man speak.
Dial. A dial is a circular tool, like the front of a clock.
I looked at the dial to see what time it was.
Imitate. To imitate someone or something is to act in the exact same way.
He imitated his favorite superhero by putting on a costume.
Reproduce. To reproduce is to make something exactly how someone else did it.
The children tried to reproduce their house using toy blocks.
Opponent. An opponent is a person or group trying to defeat another person or group.
On the field, our opponents were too good for us.
Increase. To increase is to make something larger.
I will increase my score if I study for the test.
Publication. A publication is something printed, like a newspaper or book.
She's been a subscriber to that publication for over 10 years.
Feel. To feel is to experience an emotion or feeling.
The girl must feel happy because it is her birthday today.
Infant. An infant is a baby.
The infant cried all night.
Kidnap. To kidnap someone is to take that person illegally.
She was terrified to find out her son had been kidnapped.
Rhyme. A rhyme is writing or speech that has words with the same ending sounds.
Humpty Dumpty is an old rhyme that children learn in school.
Sting. To sting is to cause pain by pushing a sharp part into the skin.
The needle stung my arm and made me say, "Ouch!"
Feather. Feathers are the things covering a bird's bodies.
That bird has orange feathers on its chest.
Hop. To hop means to jump a short distance.
The kangaroo quickly hopped away from danger.
Nap. A nap is a short sleep, usually during the day.
I took a short nap because I had stayed up late last night.
Sore. Sore means feeling or causing pain.
After lifting the heavy box, Mona's back was sore.
Suck. To suck is to put something in your mouth and try to get something out of it.
The baby sucked milk from her bottle.
Wicked. A wicked person is very bad or evil.
My boss is a very wicked man.
Smart. Smart means intelligent.
Mary is a smart student.
Mercy. Mercy is a feeling or act of kindness.
He asked his boss for mercy and to not fire him.
Wrestle. To wrestle is to try to push another competitor to the floor.
My dad loved to wrestle when he was in high school.
Nowhere. Nowhere means no place or not existing.
Unfortunately, water was nowhere to be found.
Urgent. An urgent thing is important and needs to be done now.
He had to leave at that moment. It was urgent.
Steady. Steady shows that someone or something does not change much.
The problem was hard, but she remained steady and solved it.
Dominant. A dominant person or thing is stronger than others.
The gorilla is one of the dominant animals in the jungle.
Defeat. To defeat someone is to beat that person in a game or battle.
The champion defeated the challenger in the boxing match.
Crawl. To crawl is to move slowly on hands and knees.
The baby crawled across the floor.
Vanish. To vanish is to go away suddenly.
All the passengers vanished from the train station.
Military. The military is the armed forces of a country.
I joined the military after I finished high school.
Twist. When we twist something, we turn it around and around.
She twisted the spaghetti around her fork.
Laundry. Laundry is clothes that have been or need to be washed.
He folded the clean laundry and put the dirty laundry in a basket.
pat. To pat something is to hit it softly with your hand.
I patted some lotion onto my face.
Wave. A wave is a line of water that moves higher than the rest of the water.
The water was filled with large blue waves.
Wagon. A wagon is a cart used to carry heavy things.
He used his wagon to carry some of his gifts.
Hood. A hood is part of a coat that goes over a person's head.
She put on her hood to keep her head warm.
Fancy. A fancy thing is nicer or more detailed than normal.
Their table was all set for a fancy dinner.
Ally. An ally is someone who agrees to help or support another person or group.
I was happy to find many allies who shared my opinion.
Relief. Relief is a good feeling after something bad or challenging ends.
I felt a sense of relief when I heard the good news.
Proceed. To proceed is to go somewhere or to continue doing something.
My son and I proceeded to the beach so we could go fishing.
Wrinkle. A wrinkle is a line on a person's face that appears as they get old.
My grandfather has some wrinkles on his face.
Wide. If something is wide, it is large from side to side.
The door was as wide as my arms.
Polite. Polite shows a thoughtful and kind behavior.
The boy was very polite. He behaved very thoughtfully.
Gentleman. A gentleman is a nice man.
My grandfather is a kind and helpful gentleman.
Recall. To recall something is to remember it.
She was trying to recall what she had told her friend.
Reproduce. To reproduce is to make something exactly how someone else did it.
The children tried to reproduce their house using toy blocks.
Rhyme. A rhyme is writing or speech that has words with the same ending sounds.
Humpty Dumpty is an old rhyme that children learn in school.
Suck. To suck is to put something in your mouth and try to get something out of it.
The baby sucked milk from her bottle.
Urgent. An urgent thing is important and needs to be done now.
He had to leave at that moment. It was urgent.
Vanish. To vanish is to go away suddenly.
All the passengers vanished from the train station.
Wagon. A wagon is a cart used to carry heavy things.
He used his wagon to carry some of his gifts.
Wrinkle. A wrinkle is a line on a person's face that appears as they get old.
My grandfather has some wrinkles on his face.